you to think about the word toolbox. What is a toolbox? A toolbox is a box full of tools that you use to build something great. At Real Estate Rockstars, we've created our own free toolbox. So everybody that comes on the show as a guest brings a tool with them, and we plow them all into this toolbox, and we give it away for our viewing audience to basically use as they wish. Everything we put in there is an actionable item that can be downloaded, can be printed, can be used immediately. And we got things like scripts and dialogues, checklists for teams, checklists to keep agents accountable, referral forms that are filled out at settlement to get referrals by your buyers and sellers. Everything you could think of that you could use on a regular basis about real estate is included in this toolbox. And it's helping agents worldwide sell more houses and make their jobs a lot easier and processes much more efficient. And the thing is, it's absolutely free. All you got to do is go to hibandigital.com/toolbox or text the word toolbox to 444-999. That's toolbox 444-999. Do it now. And now for the review of the day. Got a 5-star review on iTunes from Mr. Les Ghosts. I regularly listen to Pat's podcast during my early morning runs. He has such a wide range of interesting people on and does such a great job of pulling out the meat and potatoes for each one. I gain at least one actionable idea from every conversation. And don't overlook his agent success toolbox, filled with treasures from his guests. Although if you're like me, you'll call it the agent treasure chest. Thank you, Les Agos. I really appreciate your 5-star review. Keep the comments coming, guys. I love them. And remember, I eat feedback for breakfast. So give me a 1-star review if you want, or a 5-star review if you want. I don't care. And the more reviews we get, the better guests we get. So please, subscribe first, and then leave us a review or wherever you're listening. All right, Rockstar Nation, I got a great guest. I've been wanting to get her on the show for a long time, and chances are you've probably seen her on Facebook. Her ads are blowing up, and she is getting a lot of press about what she's doing. From Brentwood, California, I got Krista Mashore on the line, and we're going to dig into all things lead generation, how to get leads on the cheap, and how to sell more houses as a real estate agent and everything. So I'm excited for this. So without further ado, Krista, welcome to Real Estate Rockstars.
Pat, thanks so much for having me. I'm ready to rock this out today and give nothing but value bombs the entire time.
Let's do it. Krista, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself so they get to know you better?
I used to be a teacher. I've been selling real estate for about 17 years. I love educating people, and I love what I do.
Wow. All right. That pretty much sums it up, right? So let's talk some nitty gritty. Like how many houses did you sell in the last 12 months?
Last year I sold 151 homes. This year we're on track to do just the exact same thing. There we did $1.3 million in gross commissions and $85 million in real estate volume.
That's beautiful. And so what's your profit margin on that 1.3?
We're doing about 60% profit, 60 to 65, I would say. I know that seems high, but I'd say 60%.
So you spend 35.
Yes.
Or 40. And so does that include agents, commissions? Like, do you have is it just you, or do you have a team, or what?
So that is just me. I am the broker owner. It's a very, very small company. We have people that want to come in all the time, but my focus is not, being a broker as much as it is being an independent agent. So up until very recently, that has just been me. Myself as the listing agent, I have 3 buyer's agents, but they only do about 15% of the business. It's 85% listings, 15% buys. All those leads come through me, so they show the properties. I pay them 30% split. I take 70, and then once they get into contract, I take that lead over from contract to close. And then we've got a full-time videographer and photographer, because it makes more sense to actually pay someone full-time than spending, $600 per listing. So I have a full-time videographer and photographer, myself, a full-time digital marketer, and a full-time transaction coordinator. That's
Wow.
the way I've run my business pretty much always, until just recently. In the past 8 months, I brought on 2 listing specialists, because my focus is now not just real estate, it's also coaching.
Wow. Okay, man, that was fast and furious. So up until now, for 17 years, let's say, you've essentially been a solo agent, right? Like, your background is, the most part, you've been wheeling and dealing yourself, right?
Oh, absolutely. My best year, I did 169 homes. That was during the foreclosure days. Oh my God, it was crazy. That was just me, a transaction coordinator, and an assistant. It was just the 3 of us, no one else. It was no buyer's agency,
How?
nothing.
How do you do that without having a heart attack?
I gotta tell you, I look back and I remember one day my husband looked at me and I was answering the phone. I worked with like 13 different asset management companies and banks at the time. And my husband looked at me one day when I answered the phone. He goes, "Krista, you are not being nice right now." Like, when your phone rings a million times?
Yeah.
So it was really chaotic back then. Now my business model is completely different. I have amazing systems involved. I have workflows, action plans. I use RealVolve. RealVolve is like my best friend.
What is Real Ball?
It's called RealVolve. It's RealVolve. It's basically a transaction management system and a CRM. So all of our funnels and campaigns that we build all automatically get funneled into RealVolve, which then the leads get generated to the listing specialists that we now have and the buyer's agents. And then once they make contact, they're on a workflow. So depending on if they're, they ask for a CMA, they go on one workflow, or if they're a listing appointment, they go on a different workflow. So now I actually have more time than I've ever had in my business, because we are so systematized.
That's what. Can you spell that?
It's RealVolve. RealVolve.
I'll have to check that out, and I'll make sure we put that in the show notes as well if anybody wants to check that out. It's amazing. Okay, so cool. So besides RealVolve, how does an agent sell like 13 houses, even 10 houses in a month? You know what I mean? By themselves. Like how, first of all, where you, okay, so there's so many questions here, right? Like, so, first of all, I want to ask you where the business comes from. You said, let's just use that number, let's just use the number 13, because that's like 150 a year, right? So 85% listings. So let's just say 10 listings, right? So you're getting 10 listings a month that are settling. Where are you getting 10 listings a month?
Okay, so this is where the sauce comes in. So listen to me. If you're a brand new agent, this strategy works. If you are an agent that has been doing maybe 1 to 2 deals a month and wants to do 3 or 4, this works. And if you are a really big time agent that's been selling a lot of houses, but you've been selling them by default, meaning you're an agent because you have been for the past 10 years. However, your strategy has not changed. You almost need to listen more than anybody else. All right. So basically, when the market crashed, when I was selling 169 homes, I was selling a lot. Market crashes. I reinvented myself, became a foreclosure agent. Well, remember when the market got better? All of a sudden, I went from selling 169 houses a year to selling 12, and I had a team. And I was like, I got to feed my 2 assistants. What I did was I started researching what the Fortune 500 companies do. How are they reaching their clients? How are they making money? And what they do is they use something called content marketing. I call it engagement marketing. I'm going to ask a question right now, and I want all of you, whether you're listening in your car or wherever, answer the question for me. What's the first thing that every single person asks you when they meet you? What do they say?
What do you do? Yeah.
No.
How are you doing? How are you doing? Okay, how you doing?
After they say hi, and they know you're a real estate agent. Pat, you're a real estate agent.
How's the market, right?
Yes. How is the market doing? So guess what, everybody? Your job is to be the person that tells them anything and everything about the market, about your community. Anything community related, they should be thinking about you, right? You need to serve them. Stop selling. Give them information. Give them advice. Help them, give them what they need. That's how you become the expert. You talk about things about, hey, what are interest rates doing? What does a 1% interest rate do for a buyer? How does it affect a seller, right? You talk about the best place to get cheap hot dogs or the best place for happy hour. Really? Like, where do you take your sweetie for Valentine's Day? Here's the most romantic places. Anything that's happening in your community, you want to be the person they think about. I will promise you this. In my county, if anyone thinks about my area, they know my name. They may not always use me, but they absolutely know my name because I make sure that not only am I constantly giving them information, giving them value, serving them, helping them, but I'm also properly distributing the information the correct way in the manner that they're looking. And that's a huge problem that agents have. They don't understand is that, they're being told to just do a Facebook ad, or they're hiring somebody to run their Facebook campaigns, or post this pretty picture of a house, or just do a video, or read this book, but they're not doing it all together the right way. So, your best friend right now is social media. Gary Vaynerchuk says, social media first, real estate agent second. You need to go out there, show up, grab people's attention. You need to be like getting them to know you, like you, and trust you. And they think real estate, say your name, right? That's the key.
So, okay. So, all right. So let's get some specifics, right? I mean, that was a lot. So, like specifically to get these 10 listings a month without a team, what do I need to do on social media? Like, give me, like, someone in Tupelo, Mississippi is listening to this and they go, okay, Krista, starting tomorrow, I am going to do this, and this every day. And let's say they don't have a budget. They don't have any money to spend. Is there a way they can do this social media for free, first of all? And then let's go to, if they have money, what do they do?
Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to start creating videos, all right? And I know if you're out there and you're like, oh my God, I can't do videos. Let me tell you, we are teaching people from here to Alaska, big, skinny, fat, purple, green, how to do it. So you need to get out of your head and you need to start using video. Video makes people get to know you, to like you, and trust you. It breaks down barriers. It helps you stand out and say, hey, I'm Krista, in front of the other 2,000 realtors in your area. So number one, start doing video. You're saying, Krista, I don't have the equipment. I'm going to say, BS, you have a cell phone. If you don't have a cell phone, say I don't have a cell phone. No one said they don't have a cell phone. Everyone has a cell phone. You grab your cell phone, you push record, and you're like, give them a cute little attention grabber in the beginning, and then say your name. Give them some value bombs. Help your community. Talk to them. Now, here's the key. Once you do that, you need to be like 99% of other agents, and you need to be consistent about it. You need to keep doing it. You need to show up and make them realize they can trust that you're actually going to do what you say you do on a regular basis. Now that's step one, right? Now that you've created that video, what the average agent does is they just post it to their page, or they post it to their business page. Guess what? Facebook is a business. They want your money. You need to pay them to show up. You need to pay to play. So Pat, you said they don't have any money. What I'm going to say is this, is that this is a business. You have to invest in yourself. You can't expect to go from 2 houses a month to 4 and do the same thing you did yesterday and expect a different result tomorrow. You have to do things differently, all right? So you've got to spend money. So you're going to open up, you're going to create an ads manager account through Facebook. Now I'm just talking Facebook because we only have an hour or whatever it is. So I'm just going to specifically focus on that. There are 2.2 billion people on Facebook. The average person on Facebook goes there 17 times a day. They spend 51 minutes a day there. They are not going to open houses, all right? So imagine this. You run an ad about yourself. You talk about 3 tips on how you make, how to make 3 secrets on how to make an extra 15% when you're selling your home, or five biggest mistakes that sellers make when selling, all right? Then you create an ad through your ads manager account. That's step number 1. Step number 2, you start with a $200 budget. You can afford $200. In the first month, you're going to want to use the reach objective because you're trying to get brand awareness all over the place. You want everyone to know you and see you, okay? So step number 2, use captivating images, captivating copy, and make sure you have a call to action on there. That's step number 2. Step number 3, create your target audience. On Facebook, you can say, I want to reach people that have interest in Zillow, in luxury marketing, and buying a house. That's going to be leaving soon, that like. But you can actually target market people in your community. You can target market age groups, interests, likes, and you can say, hey, Facebook, remember they go there 51 minutes a day, right? Target these people that actually express behavior in liking homes. They like Zillow. They go to Redfin. They go to here. You're going to say target them. Then after you target them, you're going to create a great landing page and a great funnel, again, within Facebook. And the secret sauce comes when you retarget to these people. If somebody engages in an ad about selling a house, right, or tips about selling, then you're going to retarget them and you're going to do a different ad, a different campaign that has to do also with selling so that you keep on showing up on their page.
Brokers and team leaders, are you tired of seeing dwindling numbers at your monthly sales meetings? And I don't mean numbers as far as sales, I mean numbers as far as agents attending. Do you struggle with creating new and exciting content that will not only motivate your agents, but deliver actual results to them? Do you want your agents using proven sales techniques that increase their commissions? We've got the answer for you. Rebus University is launching a Lunch and Learn series you can purchase to provide structure and content to your meetings. The series has 12 30-minute trainings taught by me and top producers from around the world, and specifically is designed to increase production for your agents. Plus, when you purchase these trainings, you will also receive significant discounts for the go-getters on your team or in your office who want more training and bigger results. So don't delay. Go to hibandigital.com/teams. That's hibandigital.com/teams, or call Catherine Brower today at 843-749-9900. That's 843-749-9900. And get started with your Rebus University Lunch and Learn.
All right.
Jeez, well, hold on. So, I got people driving down the road listening to this on 2X that are like, holy shit. Like, I need to, they're like, let me put it on 0.5 here. Hold on. So, what I want to know is like, so tell me about like the first couple of people that you got listings from on Facebook. What did you do? What is an ad? Well, forget that. Let's say, what is an ad now that you've done so much Facebook advertising and now that you're doing getting so many listings on Facebook? What is an ad that you're doing today that's working? And I want the specific, like the exact words that are working today for a Facebook ad that you're doing that's helping you get 10 listings a month as a solo agent.
Okay, but let me just say one thing first and then I'll get into that. Remember, there are so many agents out there, right? And we all have bad raps because of what happened in 2008. You have to brand yourself with your videos. You've got to make sure you're pumping out videos first and getting them out there so people see you, right? Because they're afraid of clicking. They're afraid. They don't trust. It takes an average of 12 times for somebody to see you before they actually click on you. So in order to be successful, you've got to expose yourself to the point where everywhere you go in your community, people are saying, hey, aren't you Krista? Or, oh, Krista, what's the market doing? And you have no idea who they are. You have to do that first, all right? That way they trust you. Then once you start to do that, and you're going to use the brand awareness objective and the reach objective just to pump your videos out there, all right? Once you've done that, then you're going to create an ad or a video on what's my home worth, all right? What's my home worth? Or 3 ways to maximize your credit. Don't say 3 ways for credit repair because people they don't want, it's negative, right? 3 ways to maximize your credit. Or click here to go to a seminar on how to maximize your credit so you can save money later. You can create an ad like that on Facebook. The What's My Home Worth ad, oh my gosh, we get so many leads from that.
Yeah, okay, so let me stop you there because a lot of people say, man, that's such a cliche, right? Like, nobody does that anymore. That went out with Elvis and Rock Candy. So, free.
It's so funny. So here's the deal. It's doing that if you keep using the same picture. Like, we have a picture of a baby, and they're like doing this crazy face, right? And then we're like, what's my home worth? You have to change it. But the secret sauce comes in the retargeting, right? It comes in the retargeting to those people. It also comes in this. If somebody, and we change our words, like we'll change our wording, but we do find that still the most effective one is what's my home worth with a different type of a captivating visual that's going to make somebody want to.
So just like you get a picture of a bear making a funny face, or a puppy, or a baby, or whatever.
Yeah, okay, so where
you find these funny pictures?
You can get them on like Canva has got ads or Photo Stock, but remember, the more it looks like an ad, the less likely it's going to perform. So you want, because Facebook, you know, people are getting so used to seeing ads, they're going to pass it over. So you want it to look less adsy as possible.
Okay, so you get a less adsy picture, but a funny, eye-catching picture. What's my home worth? They click it. Then where's it go?
Then we use something called Leads Today. And they give them like a generic valuation, but here's what you have to do. All right.
Okay, wait a minute, slow it down. So Leads Today is like a Zillow or appraisals.com or whatever, but they type in the bedroom's bathroom address and it pops up your house is worth $350 or whatever.
Yes. And guess what most people do with that? Most people, if they even run an ad or get those, put them onto an automatic campaign. What we do is we drop off a colored copy CMA to their doorstep with a note saying, hey, this is like a Zestimate from Zillow, which is not accurate because it doesn't take into account the condition, the upgrades, your exact location. For a more accurate account, you know, a more accurate price, give me a call, we'll meet with you. I'm going to tell you this, that I just went on an appointment 2 days ago. We got the listing. They had one of those from me from 3 years ago. And they said, Krista, you sent us this 3 years ago, and when we got it, we were like, oh my God, she took the time to drop this off. It's in color. Like we said then, we would hire you.
Now, does Leads Today make this thing for you that you're dropping off, or are you doing that in-house?
We do that in-house. So we go in.
So you're kind of upgrading it at that point. Then you're doing it almost like a market analysis at that point without seeing the house.
Absolutely. And we put it in a nice pretty binder. We give examples of other houses that we sold in the area. And then we put them on a workflow. So from that point, they
Okay, wait a minute. Like, how fast does this come out to their house? Like, if I went on your funny picture of a baby and clicked on it and typed in my address and I'm in your area and I get an instant value of my house, how quick do I get a book on my front door?
48 hours max.
48 hours, I get a book in my front door. I'm like, I pick it up. I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I guess this is that, you know, I guess this is that about that ad I clicked on. They might not even know it was from you, right? And then they look through it. They're like, that's really cool. And then what happens?
So then they want a workflow. We then at that point, we call them 2 days later if we have the phone number to say, hey, did you get the we dropped off? And they say yes or no. Usually they say yes. Sometimes it's at their front door. They go through the garage. They say, yes, we got it. Thank you so much. And we say, hey, would you like to make an appointment? Oh, yes or no, I'm looking or not. Then we send them a thank you card. Then we send them examples of postcards or houses that we've sold, like a just listed or a just sold card of houses we've sold in their neighborhood. And then we upload their email into Facebook so that then we start retargeting them with the ads that we're sending.
Okay, so I'm going to slow this down too because people, we just have to assume they don't know what you're talking about. So guys, if you can then take that email, right, and you put it in the Facebook, and funny as it may sound, it targets that person. Like you could pay 5 cents just to target one person. You don't have to target a whole demographic, right? So let's say, my email, if it was Pat Hyben at pathyben.com, and I used Pat Hyben at pathyben.com to sign up for my Facebook account, it's going to beeline me with an ad. And then all of a sudden, Krista's face is going to show up every single day and I'll be like, damn, she sells a lot of houses, right? And I'm going to think that you're spending so much money as an agent on Facebook, but you're not. You're spending like 5 cents because you're only targeting one person instead of 20,000.
So it is exactly right. So you want to always put your entire database, you want to upload your email database into Facebook because then Facebook is going to target them. And when you're running your ads, when somebody clicks on your ad or likes, comments, posts, at that point, Facebook automatically for 365 days will continue to have you show up on their page, right? And that's what's so important is you want top of mind awareness. You want to continually be seen. People forget about you. I mean, you think that everyone will remember you and they love you, but if they don't see you and they aren't reminded, they're going to go with that next best person that just shows up. So your job is to make sure that you're constantly being seen and in people's faces, not sitting at open houses on Sunday, right? It's a matter of, are you going to reach 150,000 people or are you going to hope to have 1 or 2 come in? And that's really the power of it.
And I think what people don't realize today is, like, I had a guy tell me this week, actually, I was talking to him and I was like, tell me about your advertising budget. And he had a company, not a real estate company, right, but different company. And he says, we spent about 50 grand on television ads. And I was like, dude, when was the last time you watched TV? Right? Like, who does that? Right? It was, oh, I watch golf and sports. I'm like, okay, right. But you know, majority of people, no one's watching TV. I mean, they're watching Netflix, they're watching streaming, da 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 da.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were on Facebook? If I ask that question, when was the last time you were on Facebook? Well, it was an hour ago, right? And you don't have to ask 100 people to get one guy that happens to watch golf on live TV. So, you know, everybody's on Facebook. So why, as agents, why aren't agents spending all their money? Why aren't everyone just plowing all their resources in the Facebook if that's where everybody is and it's so cheap?
Right? And Facebook feeds into Instagram. So then you go into Instagram and you meet the millennials, right? I mean, you got to think about this. Most agents are not being innovative. They're not changing with the times. They're still doing the same exact thing they've been taught forever ago. Oh, do Popeyes. You know, I'm not doing open house, door knock, cold call. I'm letting you know we haven't done an open house in over 8 years. I haven't cold called ever, and I've door knocked like the first year in the business. It doesn't work anymore. People get irritated. They don't want to answer their phone, right? You know as well as I do that when you do an open house, you are not doing that for your seller. Those buyers see that house online. They're walking through it. They're doing the tours. You're doing that because that's what everyone's always done. But when you get an agent like myself, I go in there and say, hey, Mr. Seller, less than 8% of homes nationwide sell with open houses. And wouldn't it be better if I could show you, which we do, I have people watching my home videos 208 hours, 230 hours. Here's 133,000 views. When you start showing your sellers those type of numbers, they don't want you to do open houses because you're telling them that everyone else is doing it because they're still doing the old school ways. This is the real way to reach people. You tell them the stats on Facebook, how many times people go there, how many hours they spend. Then you show them, you know, each week how their house is performing. They're going to be like, wow, like I want to hire you because you are doing things different. You have innovation.
Right. And they say, well, you know, obviously she knows what she's talking about because I contacted her 3 years ago, and every time I log on to Facebook, I see her face.
That's true. Yes.
And the cool part about it is for you, it's a set it and forget it. Once you put their email in the Facebook, you don't have to do anything, and it's just going to keep popping up. You know, people are coming up. There's more and more ways to block people now. So like I just got an app on my phone that's blocking all these spam callers because for some reason I'm getting all of a sudden you know, telemarketers galore on my cell phone. And I just set up with this thing, Boxby, I think it is, which is eating up all my spam on my email because I'm sick of that too. And so more and more things are coming out to streamline people bugging us. And there is a way you could block people, I guess, from Facebook, but it's more of a personal way. And really nobody knows how to block an ad on Facebook. So no matter what, you're going to see an ad. It might as well be Krista or somebody else. I don't think people are going to go out of their way unless it's pornographic or something political that they might not agree with or something where they're going to say, I'm going to block that ad, because as soon as they block an ad, they're just going to get another ad, right? You know, of a different thing. So it only makes sense that if less people are accepting your telephone calls and less people are accepting your emails through technology, nonetheless, that their space, their attention space, as Gary Vee puts it, is on Facebook and Instagram.
It has to do with this. Like, think about, if you're watching this, think about what you do, okay? If, like, people they push email. The first thing I do when I get in the morning, I wake up, I get my emails, I delete all the BS that looks like an ad. I don't even want, you delete it all, right? You delete it all. Then there might be 1 or 2 emails that you save to watch at a different time. And then they sit in your inbox for a week and you go, crap, I don't have time to watch later, so you delete that too. People are not seeing your emails and they look like ads. The idea is to show up in the proper manner where people are. Everyone is on social media. And then you take it a step further and then you show your value add to your sellers. Hey, this is what I do differently. You can create, there's something called a lead gen objective in Facebook where you literally can create something saying, hey, here's a buyer guide, here's a seller guide. You can retarget that to them based upon a behavior they did earlier. And you get their name, their phone number, and email. And the important thing about getting their name, phone number, and email is that then you can take that email and you actually own it. You own that phone number, right? So you can put them into your own CRMs. You can then reach them that way as well. So, I mean, start doing your videos, start using the ads manager account. If you're just posting on Facebook, don't even bother, you're wasting your time because no one is seeing it. Facebook wants your money. And remember, if you're paying somebody $200, $300, $400 a month to what they call manage your social media campaigns, is that working for you? No. Why? Because they're not doing it right. So don't waste your money on that either. Take that money and put it towards your ad spend. Nobody cares about the pretty picture of the house because they're not seeing it anyways because it's not being marketed or targeted.
Right. And so let's talk about Instagram for a little bit because like recently for Rebus University, I was on a big push to get to over 10,000 followers on Instagram so that people could swipe up and I could run ads. And I'm over that now. I'm like 11,000. And but before that, right, I had a lot of difficulty monetizing Instagram. So if I'm a real estate agent and I have an Instagram account that just has friends and family, or just has you know a normal amount of people following me, people that I know, how can I start monetizing Instagram? Can you give me a 3-step process or a step-by-step process so someone listening to this can write it down and say, okay, my goal is to start running ads on Instagram that have a free home sale that I can start dropping books off just like Krista does?
It's the exact same kind of thing. You have to pay for an ad, right? You got to pay for an ad. You have to pay to play. You want to make sure you're doing the same thing. The videos are short. I think Instagram just increased from the 10 seconds to 30. I think you can do 30-second videos now. You want to get
so but you got to go on there, little like IGTV is what they're calling it. IGTV, yeah.
Yeah, and then the same thing. You pay them to create an ad. Facebook's ads can run directly into Instagram. They are one and the same. So you run an ad on Facebook, you can run the ad on Instagram.
So you pay for that, so you don't have to have 10,000 followers.
No, you just pay for it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you need 10,000 in order to swipe up, to make it easy to swipe up for, get a free home value, swipe up. But then I think Instagram is harder to find. I guess not. I guess if you're paying for it, you're going to reach out to them. Right, just like Facebook, you don't have to be friends with all these people. You're probably friends with none of these listings that you're getting.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, they think that we are. So, like when I go up against other agents, when I walk through that front door, they already have a different relationship with me because they haven't just seen my picture; they've seen my educational, informational videos. I've targeted them, I've retargeted them, right? And then I show them, hey, here's how I retarget. Did you notice that I started showing up on your feed more? And they're like, yeah. And we're like, we do the same thing for buyers. We do that to your buyers. Buyers that interacted 3 months ago are more likely to buy now, and we're retargeting houses just like they looked at before, which is yours, to them now. It's all a matter of how you talk to people and how do you talk to buyers and sellers to really show them why you're doing what you're doing, how you're different, what difference that makes to them. And it's just a matter, everybody, of don't be afraid of technology and innovation and social media. It's just different. It's not hard. It's just different. It's a matter of changing your mindset and shifting your mind to a different way of doing business, So if today, let's say, you got 30 leads, right, of buyers. What are you doing with those leads? Are you instantly targeting them on Facebook? Or you just put them in a system? Yeah. Instantly. So first of all, once somebody, let me give you something how to retarget.
Yep.
So let's talk about retarget. Okay, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do a lead magnet, which is basically, hey, download this free buyer's guide, right? Or you can say 3 tips on how to buy a house. You can do a lead magnet. That way, that's a PDF. Or you can do a video ad, okay? If somebody, let's just say you do a video, and you say, hey, here are the 3 biggest mistakes that sellers make that cost them thousands of dollars when selling a home. And then you do a 30-second video on that. You can tell how long somebody watched that video. If somebody watched that video for 50%, according to Facebook, believe it or not, if somebody watches a video for 10 seconds, that's a good lead. So you can now tell when somebody watches it for 10%, 25%, 50%, 75%. If people are watching these videos for 25%, 50%, 75%, they're interested in your topic. So now, since you've done a video on the 3 biggest mistakes, then you're going to say, now you're going to retarget a seller's guide to them. Hey, and they're going to automatically get it, right? Because you're going to say, okay, Facebook, I want you to send this ad to all these people that watched my video 50% or more. Show this ad in front of them. Then it's going to be, hey, here's a seller's guide. Or, hey, the 5 secrets that most agents don't know on how to sell your home for top dollar. You just keep retargeting them. And then once they've engaged, if they've liked, they've shared, they've commented, they've clicked, then Facebook at that point will start showing up automatically, more organically for 365 days.
I want you to think about the word toolbox. What is a toolbox? A toolbox is a box full of tools that you use to build something great. At Real Estate Rockstars, we've created our own free toolbox. So everybody that comes on the show as a guest brings a tool with them, and we plow them all into this toolbox, and we give it away for our viewing audience to basically use as they wish. Everything we put in there is an actionable item that can be downloaded, can be printed, can be used immediately. And we got things like scripts and dialogues, checklists for teams, checklists to keep agents accountable, referral forms that are filled out at settlement to get referrals by your buyers and sellers. Everything you could think of that you could use on a regular basis about real estate is included in this toolbox. And it's helping agents worldwide sell more houses and make their jobs a lot easier and processes much more efficient. And the thing is, it's absolutely free. All you got to do is go to hibandigital.com/toolbox or text the word toolbox to 444-999. That's toolbox 444-999. Do it now.
That's crazy. I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, it's so good, right? I mean, it's just so like all agents should be doing more and more of this, and that's all they should be thinking about. So anyways, it's phenomenal. So give me something. It's like, okay, so I love the idea of the funnel with the, what's my house worth? I'll tell you what I think the buyer funnel is, that unequivocally I think is going to get more people to click on it. And it's controversial. A lot of agents aren't going to want to do this or say, oh, I'm not allowed to do this, which is, if you look into it, you probably are, do you want a list of properties that aren't in the MLS?
Oh, that's great. Totally do that. Yeah. Or here's great buyer leads. Want a single story home list. We do all these single story home lists, homes with pools, rural property lists. I mean, whatever there is in your area that people want that are the hardest to find, you're going to say, let me give you a list of this. Like, people love single story with pools.
Hardest to find. Yeah.
Yes. And then you give them a list of that. You're going to generate leads. But let me say something, Pat, and this is really, really important. I think it's, everyone talks about leads. I can show you how to generate thousands of leads. Like, leads are easy. That's not the problem. You guys need to learn how to not only, once you get that lead, how do you nurture that lead, right? So you need to have a lead nurturing process, which is what the retargeting is on Facebook, which is what your transaction management system is. Then once you nurture that lead, how do you actually convert that lead? What is your conversion strategy? How are you going to convert that lead from a lead into an actual conversion? Now, once you get that conversion, they're your client. How do you then take that client and knock their socks off, give them the best experience possible? How do you get them to just like wow them so that no matter what, you're hoping they're going to be a client for life? So you give them this like wow experience, 5-star experience, right? Which, by the way, makes sure you're always asking for reviews from your clients. So you get that 5-star experience. Now, how do you retain and resell and get them to refer you? You need to have every single aspect of that in your business down pat, because leads aren't the problem. It has to be the whole entire strategy. And you cannot take yourself out of the equation. You have to pick up the phone. You have to call, right? It takes 12 times. So the Harvard did a study on leads, and they did, I can't remember the amount. It was like 3-year study. I mean, I think it was around 200,000 leads. And they found that most people stopped calling after 2 times. It showed that, or if they even called at all, it takes 12 touches, 12 times, and the average person stops at 2. So you need to have a good follow-up system, and you need to be a part of that. Pick up the phone and call.
I love it, of course, right? I mean, I love it. So are you currently, right now you're starting to build a team, right? Because you're kind of saying, a while ago you said I've had it with buyers, and you started, dishing that off, but you were smart enough to know that the money's really in listings, right? And that you wanted to be a listing agent. You're 85% listings, which is phenomenal. So I always find that people in real estate, squeeze out of things as they get sick of them, right? So as people get sick of buyers because they take up too much time, or interrupt their daughter's soccer game or whatever, they're like, and then they get out of buyers, and then they get sick. People quit on them, or they steal from them, or they keep making mistakes, and then they get out of management and they hire a manager, right? They're like, no, I'm not a good manager, and then eventually, right, the best that come and put their business on what Gary Keller calls the seventh level, or put their business on autopilot, let's say, where it just runs without you, and you're the kind of the CEO, right? You're the face, you're the attractive character, but you're also the CEO, and you don't have to actually meet anybody, right? Get rid of the listings, right? And you're in the process now of getting rid of the listings, right? Have you've hired some people to start doing the listing appointments for you?
So what I basically do, so now, as you know, my focus is coaching, right? So now I spend about 10% of my time on my real estate business, 90% of my time on my coaching business. Now, I'll tell you, I sold 13 houses last month, 13, okay? So basically at this point now, I do a video where I basically, before we will show up on an appointment, I'll say, hey, you got to watch this video prior to the appointment. It's 37 minutes of me showing them data of all the marketing that we do. And I say, we do this, and we do this, and we do this, and we do this. And I will not show up.
37-minute video.
Yep. And guess what? We track it. They watch it over 90% of the time. Okay,
wait a minute. So where do you store this video? YouTube?
Yeah. No, it's not on YouTube. I don't want everyone else to see it. So I basically do a video through RealVolve. RealVolve sends it to them. Okay, so it's hosted on Vimeo, but we send it through RealVolve. We can track whether or not they've watched it.
And do you tell them in the email, we will know when you're done?
We do. We tell them. So we basically say, look, when we meet you, we want to get to know you. We want to make sure that we develop a relationship with you so we can serve you the best of our ability. And so if you can watch this video, this is going to tell you what our unique value proposition is, why you should hire us over our competitors, what makes us completely different. If you don't do anything else at all, watch this video and we can tell whether or not you've watched it. If you don't watch it, we'll call you back and we'll reschedule.
Really? Okay, so let me stop you there. So bottom line is, you say, if you don't watch it.
Yep, we don't show.
We don't show. And you got to be strong to do that, right? Because you might be competing against other agents that don't have a video and are going to show no matter what, I'm
always competing against other agents. And here's the thing. They watch that video, I know I'm getting in that front door because that video tells them everything that we do. So I make them watch the video. And then now I bring either Josh or Kathy with me. They're my new listing specialists, right? Because when I get there, I basically say, do you watch the video? Great. What you think? They're like, oh my God, where do I sign? It's that simple. And then it really is.
Okay, so wait a minute. So what the hell's in this video then? You got to give us something, right? Like, what's in this video? What are you doing in the video?
Can I share my screen with you for a second?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, and then if you're not watching this, then you can. Oops, sorry.
Oh yeah, people aren't watching it, huh? Some people aren't. Well,
no, that's okay. That most people are going to hear it on audio.
So let me.
So is this you or me? That's you. Okay, go ahead.
So let me just give you an example of it. This is like a 5-minute presentation. This is a video that we use to retarget. So you can see all the videos I do. You can tell I'm not in any way exaggerating about video. We do a ton. They work. That's why we do them, because videos work. They work. But basically what the video does is it just talks to them and tells them, I can show you a funny video. Let me do that. I'll show you guys an example of a video that we run to our community that it'll really give them an idea.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah.
I do. And they'll be able to get an idea of what I say on the video that's retargeting.
Hi Hi everyone, Krista Mashore, Homes by Krista. I want to talk about 5 things that you need to make sure you do to maximize the amount of money that you're going to make when you sell your house and how quickly you're going to sell your home. The biggest thing is exposure. We want to make sure that we expose your house through digital marketing to the masses. Most likely you're actually watching this video through a detailed target market ad where I'm actually pixeling you and making sure that I'm exposing you to it and that you're seeing it. We're actually averaging about 125,000 views on every video that we do per each house, not to mention around 200 video view of just hours of watching one video alone, like the one you're watching here. It's all done through a detailed digital marketing plan that's taken so much time, effort, and energy to really learn and specialize, and we continue to make it better and better. Now, what else is super important that you need to make sure you do when you're selling your house? You need to make sure you hire somebody that's really good at negotiating. Think about this. If the average agent in California only sells 6 homes a year, are they really able to negotiate on your behalf to the best of their ability? So we're selling anywhere from 12 to 16 houses per month. So we really are experts at negotiating, and we learn even still, and we continue to make sure we're updating ourselves on what's new and how we can best serve and negotiate on behalf of our sellers. Now here's something else you need to think about. Price, condition, and location. Now here's the deal. Everyone always thinks their house is worth more than it is. I even do when I sell my own house. It's very, very normal. But you have to make sure that you aren't just looking at Zillow. Remember, Zillow is an algorithm. It doesn't really take into effect all the specific features of your house. It doesn't take into effect whether or not you have a pool, your upgrades, if the condition is good or poor. That stuff is really, really important, right? If any of those things are off, if the condition is off, if the location is off, if you live near a busy, busy street, if you live near a court, and that's a good thing, all of those things affect the price. So you need to make accommodations. You need to make an adjustment just like an appraiser would. So remember, exposure and marketing, super, super important when you're buying and selling. You need to make sure you hire someone that's an awesome negotiator, has tons of experience, because remember, every single person in the world knows a realtor. There's so many of us out there. Don't make the biggest investment of your entire life in the hands of someone who only sells a few houses a year, or even only a few houses a month. Go to an expert. Go to somebody who's going to expose it to the masses, who's an expert at their game, who takes their job serious, who does it full time, and has your best interest at heart. Again, my name is Krista Mashore, and I would love to help you anything real estate related. If you're thinking about buying or selling, please give me a call. I want you to know that I take my profession very, very seriously. I make it my point and priority to be on the cutting edge of innovation, technology, as well as market trends so that I can serve my community and those that I'm trying to help. Please forward this video to somebody who might be thinking about buying or selling. Make it a great day. Krista Mashore, Homes by Krista.
So that was just 3 minutes, right? That was retargeting ad. Basically not saying, hey, I'm the best agent out there, use me. I was basically telling them what I do different. We use funnels, we use digital marketing, we retarget, we reach the masses. That's the exact same thing that this 37-minute video does. And people watch it because it's their most and biggest investment in their life, right? If they're selling their house, they know it's going to make a difference of them making a $50,000 profit or a 75. They're going to spend that 37 minutes. Then when I get there, it's all about just, getting to know them, getting them to, figure out what their wants are. But now what I'm doing is I'm saying, listen, when you hire me, you're hiring my process, right? You're coming to me. I cannot do all this on my own. I am not a perfect digital marketer. I'm not a perfect copywriter. So you're hiring me, and you're actually hiring my process. So I am like the director of the ship. My job in this process is to make sure that all these things that I'm doing in this 37-minute video, in this 12-page marketing plan, that we are actually doing it. So I oversee the ship, and then Kathy's going to be here to help you. She'll be communicating with you. She'll be, being the person so you get perfect communication and excellent service. We talk all the time throughout the day. I review everything with her, but she is now your point of contact. My job is to make sure that I'm the captain of the ship, and the whole ship is doing everything they're supposed to. And people are like, okay, no problem. Then at that point, they're fine with me not being there. But here's the deal. I'm constantly inserting myself throughout the transaction. So for example, in RealVolve, I do videos that automatically go through RealVolve. So for example, let's just say tomorrow is your home inspection. I'll be like, hey, tomorrow's your home inspection. So here's what you need to expect. During your home inspection, they're going to be looking at your water heater. They're going to be making sure that your smoke detectors work. The buyers are probably going to be there. And so they still see my face, and they're seeing through my automatic emails that are generated and the updates. So they're still feeling like I'm involved, even though they're not really talking to me or seeing me. They're seeing Kathy.
I got it. Yeah, I totally get it. And that's great. And what percentage close ratio do you have
On my LPs?
listing appointments? Yeah.
At 97%.
You know that, huh? 97%.
Yeah, 97%.
You pretty much get everyone you want.
You know what? I mean, I'll be really honest with you. I was 97% like forever, but lately, because I've been more focused on my my coaching, it's gotten down a little bit. And because I'm a 6% agent, so agents right now are like doing 4%. So it's probably the past 2 months, it's probably gone down to like a 90%. Because we've been holding firm on our 6%. You know, we do 6% or we do 5.5. We take 3, we give 2.5. If we do 6, we take 3.5, we give 2.5. Because in this market right now, everyone is doing 2.5 or less. So we're having agents now come in, and instead of giving them their value add, they're reducing their commission. So it's getting a little harder. So I'd say lately it's been closer to 90, but we're going to get that up again. Now that the market is kind of changing, things are taking longer to sell. People are going to really realize they need they need an expert, not just somebody that's been doing this, and has another job.
Wow. So, okay. So let's talk a little bit about your coaching. Like, you just started this back in January, but already you've got what, like over 100 people, or what, a couple hundred or 1,000? What if it's crazy, right?
Yes, we launched in January. We had a slow January, February, but now we put over 140 people through the program, and the exact same strategy to get these people from California all the way to Alaska, North Carolina, Vegas, Florida is the exact same strategy that I'm telling you to do in your local community. So we use the exact same strategy: giving information, giving value, pumping out videos, and then we retarget them, and they keep seeing us. Then we put them through a funnel. So this strategy works whether you're selling chapstick or whether you're a financial planner or a realtor or a coach. It absolutely works if you're consistent about it.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they're just teaching them how to do it, right? And then just how to keep. And you know what I love about it, Krista, is, if you want it to be, it can be listing focused. It can be buyer focused too, but there's so much stuff out there to get buyers, and there's very few things out there to get listings. And here's a proven method of getting listings, right? I mean, you get 10 a month of yourself, just by doing this.
It seems unreasonable. So let me ask you a question. All right, imagine what your life would look like if you just sold 2 more houses a month. This system can teach you how to just doing 2 more homes a month. We have our students that are coming through the program, and within a very short time, they're being told, I see you everywhere. I see you everywhere. They're generating videos that have over 200 hours of people watching them on their videos. We had a guy today that had over 350,000 impressions in his Facebook ads. There's only 50,000+ in his community. So that means people are seeing him 7 times on average. I mean, it's working. The students that in our program, they're blowing it up because they're doing things differently. People are coming up to them and saying, I love your marketing. I love what you're doing. It's so different. People want different. You can't keep doing the same thing. You've got to change it up.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to, let's see what I can do. I'm going to just do, her last name. So actually I'll do a full name. So I'm going to do hibandigital.com/Krista Mashore. So it's Krista, Krista Mashore. That's Krista Mashore, right? hibandigital.com/Krista Mashore. I'm going to put all of Krista's information. I'm going to put a link, right, to her. Okay. And she also has the book, right? How to sell 100+ homes a year. I'll put a link to that. You guys can check out the book.
Get you for free, and this is like real stuff. It's not a ghost written book. It tells you exactly A to Z every single thing that I do in my business. This will be a great resource for you, so make sure that you download. This is a gift from me and Pat directly to you for being on this program, and you're gonna love it. I promise. People read the book in a day or 2 and we get tons of positive feedback.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. And I was going to ask you next was, what was your free gift? So our free gift is that book, guys. Yeah, it's a serious book. I mean, so so it'll all be there. All our information, a link to our website, everything you could want to know. If you want to know more about how to do this, is going to be there. A link to that free book is going to be there. And also, of course, I'm going to put it in the Agent Success Toolbox, which can be found on hibandigital.com/toolbox, or just text the word toolbox to 444-999, and you can get Krista's book along with over 100 other free gifts that all of our guests have brought. Krista, this has been brilliant. Thank you so much for coming on and spending the time. And I hope that if I am in Brentwood, California or surrounding areas, we can maybe get together and break some bread someday.
Oh, I totally appreciate you having me, Pat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you offering so much value to these agents. Like, it's just such of a joy and so kind of you to just do what you do for them. So everyone needs to give Pat like a super 5-star rating on his podcast and tell him what a badass he is. And yeah, Krista Mashore Coaching, Google that. We're here to help. And I hope you guys learned something today. And I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Real Estate Rockstars. If this free content is giving you a ton of value, I want to ask a small favor in return. I need you to pull out your pointing finger and hit the subscribe button. Yes, hit subscribe, please. The more subscribers that we get on Real Estate Rockstars, the better guests are attracted to the shows. We'll get more guests from the top companies, from the top teams, and even more celebrity guests like Robert Kiyosaki and Barbara Corcoran. Also, if you're not a member of our free Facebook group, go to Real Estate Rockstars Radio right on Facebook and join the conversation. I'm on there myself on FaceTime Lives, and we have a lot of communications and questions about the show, and I'd love to see you there. And it's free. People ask me all the time, where am I on social media? I'm real easy to find. Just type in my name. My IG is I am Pat Hyben. It is blowing up on Instagram, adding tons of subscribers, and I'm on there probably twice a day. So definitely follow me on Instagram, as well as everywhere else. Thanks again for listening, and keep rocking.